how to prepare a show. What an idea. And we're live this afternoon, early in Canada, late afternoon in the United Kingdom, and my friend Stephen Healey joining me as always. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing well, David. And yourself?
I'm fantastic. As I was mentioning before I hit the go button, I was a little tangled. It's been a bit of a tangled day. There's lots of renovations happening in the house, and I'm just going to hide here in the studio.
So you're just making yourself scarce.
Yeah, I said, Jennifer, I love you. I said, I have 2 shows today, right? She goes, yep. I said, okay, bye. It's better that way.
Yeah.
So if we hear any banging or whatever above or behind, then that's part of the show today.
Yeah.
You had some excitement over in the United Kingdom. I don't know if you heard about this royal wedding that happened.
I did. And it happened on Saturday in Windsor, and everything went perfectly. And it was Britain at its best, really. And
I haven't seen any of it yet.
Okay, that's fair.
I put a post out, and I sort of laugh at. I don't laugh in like an insulting way, but how many people here in Canada got up at 5 o'clock in the morning who would never normally get up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yep.
To watch the royal wedding. Jennifer watched it, the replay, about 8 o'clock in the morning. And she commented saying, I guess it was very sweet. There were some little remarks and grins, and she said, "Oh, look at that. They're just real people."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are. So, it's a joining of the USA and the UK, and 600 invited guests in the church itself, 2,600 in the grounds, and it just went so smoothly. I mean, it was perfectly planned, and it's just pageantry. It's something we do well. But we appreciate that not everybody watched, and I would say in the UK, over 50% would have watched.
Sure. Sure. And I guess it was nice to see some, tribute and remembrance to Lady Di. Yes.
I think everything that we were expecting actually took place, which was good. There's some things we weren't expecting, like the sermon, which was not quite fire and brimstone by an American preacher, but not far off, and took everybody aback. But it was talking about love. But it was just a fantastic day, and it lifted everybody's spirits. It's a good news day.
Yeah. Well, we can always use that positive stuff, right?
Well, with everything else that's going on in the world, yes, it's good to be able to sort of take a day and just enjoy the fact that we can enjoy ourselves when we don't have to worry about what the newspapers are saying.
Yeah, no kidding. Fonz is out there, Fonz Chamberlain from the Cambridge Historian. Nice to see you, Fonz. Maybe he'll join us. Yeah. And for those of you who are joining us, we're broadcasting in several locations. Thank you to Facebook for that cross-posting feature. And people like Stephen, who started Live Video Hub and the Video Show Networks, jumped on the wagon for that as too, to share lots of videos. I've got about 12, I guess, or whatever, which compares not even close to the Live Video Hub. What do you got? You got over 100 now?
It's 105 now. And
fantastic.
Last Tuesday, I had a chat with Daniel, CEO of BeLive.tv, and BeLive have taken it over now. So it is a BeLive.tv project, which I'm running, and nice. it's going to have their power behind it. So it could take off and go anywhere. And I started working with the team there, and we'll see what happens. But live cross-posting is a thing. It helps. I mean, when you and I cross-post, it helps most definitely. When we cross-post with Fonz, it helps. When we cross-post with Cheryl, it helps. and it's all. It works to everybody's benefit. It's a win-win situation. There are no problems.
Yeah.
I know that. I mean, where we lead, you and I lead, others follow. In fact, it has to be said that Maury Smith has started cross-posting.
Okay.
And she's cross-posting from BeLive.tv to her own personal page. Yeah.
Oh, you can cross-post to your personal page?
Well, to a business page.
Oh, okay.
A personal business page.
I was going to say, there's a new one on me today.
No. If there's anything new, we'll find out together. No, I mean, it is a time to experiment and find out what happens. But as you did on today's post, what you do have to do in the original video post is put a link back to where the live show is.
Yes.
Otherwise, you get people locked into the hub or TVSN and they don't know, they're commenting away and nobody's responding. Whereas if you can go back to the original post just by clicking one button, it makes life
yeah. And
easier.
I don't know that I did that for today's show.
You did. You did.
I did.
You did. It says, head to TVSN World.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
Just now. Yeah. But I mean in the actual comments, I didn't put the link.
Right. Okay.
But wherever you're watching from, thanks for watching. Come on over to the Video Show Network page, and that's where we will see your comments. And you can also type in the word guest. Be our guest. Be our guest. What was that commercial? You remember that? Da-da-da-da-da. Disney.
Okay.
Be our guest. Anyway.
Right.
I'm not going to sing. I'm singed out. I ran karaoke yesterday.
All right.
So come over, type guest in the comments. Join us here on camera. It'll send you a link to chat with us. And Steve and I are always excited to see about who just might show up.
I truly.
You never know.
Right. Okay. And I was on the wrong page there. Because at the moment, David, what are you seeing the numbers as within the BeLive.tv studio?
For how many viewers there are?
Yeah.
6.
All right. Okay. I'm seeing 0.
Oh.
So I'll report.
I wish there was an option. If you're working with the BeLive team, you're going to get people like me. They're going to try to tell you what you should tell them.
Yeah. Okay.
It would be nice to see an option to turn off the number of viewers.
Yeah. Okay.
Void. I don't need to see it, and the guest doesn't need to see it, because sometimes I think we have a guest on and they're seeing a number that says 0 viewers.
Yeah.
They might be thinking, "Why am I here?"
Yeah. I mean, that's
and not realizing that a lot of the views come afterwards, right?
That's true. But to everybody who is watching, thank you. And if you have any questions for David or I, please ask them. And as David said, if you want to join us on camera, just type guest, and David's messenger bot will send you an invite, a personal invitation. So where were we? Yes, it is. I can take your point on that the show should not be, when we're actually broadcasting, it's good to know that people are watching, but we shouldn't be driven by the number of people watching, because as you say,
have you noticed a drop in reach since the cross posting has come on?
Right. Okay. I don't think the reach is split. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you're cross posting, people who would have normally watched on a shared post are now watching on a cross posted post, and therefore you've got to add up the reach of each individual cross post, as it were.
Yeah.
I think the views figure is a total, so that's not a problem, and you can actually bring that up in the stats, and you can see where the viewers have come from. So Facebook have really thought that out when you are cross-posting, that you can see which television channels are serving you best.
Yeah. Fonz makes the comment. He says that's what we did in radio. People come and go, and it can put you off. I think he's referring to the views or listeners, I guess we were talking about. Just do your show and that's, go with it. And speaking of it, so, I think sometimes obviously people getting in front of the camera is what stops them from doing it in the first place. The intimidation factor of technology, whatever. But then what do we talk about? What do we talk about?
Right. Okay. Now, when you've been going a while, you can wing it like we do and like Franz does. And but in the early days, you do need a script, don't you? You need to have an agenda. You need to have a topic to talk about. Because at a focal point, I mean, when you're actually putting the show notes, the notes that go with the show together, you should say who you are, what you're going to talk about, and why people should join you. And it's the what you're going to talk about that we're discussing now. Because if you're vague, I'm just going to talk about time management today. Well, there's 1,000 different aspects to time management. Please tell me which aspect of time management you're talking about. Are you talking about making appointments? Are you talking about saving an hour a day? You've got to be as precise as you can about the topic of the show. And I mean, what do you think the topics? I'm going to be finding out what the most popular topics are, so that will help. But I think you've got to play to your strengths, haven't you? Because you can't blag it on here.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's different ways to run a talk show. I mean, okay, we're going to talk politics. So, okay, well, there you go. There's a million subjects.
Yeah.
We're going to talk flags. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Big Bang Theory does it. What's his name? Sheldon does it.
Yeah.
Flags. So I mean, okay, we're going to talk flags, but today we're going to talk Italian flags, and we're going to talk Swedish. So being specific on your. And then there are those general ones. We talk about live streaming, but that takes us anywhere. And I guess we haven't really. We've sort of fallen off. I don't know that we're the greatest example, but what are we going to talk about today? I didn't put in there that we're going to talk about topics for shows. It's just about live streaming.
I just turn up and hope that I know something about what we're talking about, because that's the key. I mean, you can talk once you've got the format of the show and the energy going, then you can talk about virtually anything, and you can swing from one topic to another. Yeah.
And I've always been a live guy. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, carry on.
I've always been a wing it guy, because I was a DJ in a bar, and then I was a karaoke host for 20 some years. For that was a living 5 days a week, and I was live. When the singer was done singing, I had to say things, and it's just live. There was no script. Yeah. So I got used to just grabbing a mic and getting up in front of people and blah, blah, blah. And right. And I mean, even the Sarnia Sings that you saw there a couple of weeks ago with the speech I gave, I mean, that was all off the cuff. Right. Mm-hmm. But I've been around for almost 30 years doing it. Right. Yeah. It does take some practice, and, recognizing a room, so to speak, and what you're talking about. Even when I do my live shows, I have an agenda there for sure, but I don't have a script of what I'm going to say. I would just talk about it, right? So I guess some people say, "Oh, well, I can't do that. I don't have that personality." Well, you don't have to have any. Just be you. Just be you.
I mean, when in the early days, what I used to do was to write down sort of 10 points that I was going to talk about, and we'd go through them from top to bottom chronologically. And I'm sure some of it was boring, but most of it was thoroughly entertaining. The 10 becomes 8, becomes 6, becomes 4, until you got to the stage where you can say, right, this week I'm going to talk about fly fishing, and you can just go for it.
Right.
Yeah. And you invite guests on. I mean, the other thing about the type of show that we do and enjoy is that the show itself is driven by the guests.
Yeah.
And people hopping on just for a chat and to talk about their shows and what they're doing. And that's what makes live so interesting, because you can never predict who's going to come on camera. That's a subtle hint to everybody who's watching at the moment. Type in guest and join us.
Of those people that are watching, I see like somebody join. Fonz is watching. He's not joining. What's up, Fonz?
I don't know.
Hey.
About 20 minutes ago, he was contacted. He posted on Facebook because he was shocked by it. He's been contacted by a newspaper who wants to talk about his television show, The Cambridge Historian. And on Be Live TV, of course. And they're not from Cambridge. Yeah. So the Cambridge newspapers have not picked it up, but somebody from out of town has. And more power to him. Absolutely.
Go figure.
Brilliant. Yeah.
That is brilliant.
Indeed. Congratulations,
Fonz. We'll have to. He was on my show last week.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm going to start doing. So I have 3 guests every week on my the show live, and I'm going to take 2 guests typically that are local. It's not happening this week. I've got to get into a momentum of it, but I typically want to have 2 guests that are local, so I keep the local aspect, and then my 3rd guest I want to be from anywhere else in the world.
Right. Okay.
And that's how I want to connect communities together. Right. And that's part of my mission and vision is to take small communities or large communities, but communities, and connect them together using live streaming. I mean, it's one big city.
It is totally. Friends. There's a book. It's called A Friend in Every City.
Oh yeah.
And back in the day before this all took off, before Facebook, and the idea was that through networking you could make a friend in every city, so that when you went on your world tour, you could actually stop off wherever you want and stay with a friend. Which is a brilliant idea.
It is.
If you sort of away for 20 days, you stay with 20 different people, and then when you come back, you've got 20 people visiting you, but not all at the same time. Yeah. So it's a good idea. And we've gone one upon that because now we can have a friend in every city, and but it's encouraging people to come on camera. I suppose if we stop talking about coming on camera, somebody will come on camera.
All right, we're going to stop talking.
No, stop talking about, not stop.
Oh,
no, sorry, no. You need to let me finish the sentence, otherwise I know. And our friends there. Right. Okay. And yeah.
and I don't know if you can see. I'm kind of messy here today. I got stuff.
All right. Yes.
I'm being sloppy.
The whole house is being renovated, refurbished, reworked.
That's my story.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down in the basement for the better part of the day, which I typically am on Mondays because I do 2 shows. But there's Teresa Leduc Chalmers Cowley. There's a mouthful. That's my friend Teresa. She's a local photographer here in Sarnia Lambton. And Teresa, if you want to join us on camera and talk with us, Teresa's been on the show before, my other show, and she knows how to do it. Just type guest in the comments there, and we'll bring you on, Teresa. We'd love to chat with you and tell us what you're up to with your photography. She's got a new location here, downtown Sarnia, and she's a busy lady, and we got to connect with her. We're going to get some grad photos done with, Jason's graduating high school this year, and they send you these packages on, you can buy this and this and this and this. And holy moly. I'm like, I would just as soon take that same amount of money or less. And Teresa's going to just do family pictures for us.
Yeah.
And we're going to borrow a gown, throw it on Jason for one shot. Well, I mean, what else do I need, right?
It makes it It makes it more family orientated rather than being one amongst many. You're actually within your family when you're being photographed. It gives it more meaning.
That's right. Sorry, Stephen. I'm just trying to help Teresa here. It will work on your phone, Teresa. What I will do is I will send you the link in Messenger. think that's what I got to do. Right? Is that what I got to do, Stephen?
Yep, but it's not clickable.
It's not clickable.
No, it should be clickable on the phone. It should be clickable on the phone. An improvement that Facebook have made this week is if you're on desktop and in Messenger, none of the links are clickable. So we've got to go back to the old technology of copy and paste. So you need to copy the link from Messenger, paste it into your browser, and you are there.
She's on a phone, though.
Yeah, if she's on the phone, she'll just be able to click it. Because BeLive.tv will already be installed, won't it? Because your friend has been on camera once.
Right.
Yeah, so...
Well, I've sent her the link in Messenger, so we'll see what that does.
Okay.
We'll see if she joins us. And, yes, I'm multitasking. Trying to.
We do try. I mean, occasionally we succeed as well. Because...
There we go.
All right.
Well, we're just bounced up to 14 people watching. That's awesome.
Right. Okay. And say hello to Jason.
Yes. Good day, Jason.
I can't see the comments, so I've been bobbing over there.
And Tony D.
That's the other thing. I can't see the view account, and I can't see the comments. So if everybody's watching, thank you. The fact that you are is made possible by BeLive TV and live video cross-posting. It would be interesting if you could say where you found us. I know you're watching live, but if you came on the live video hub page, then say hub. If you came on TVSN, say TVSN. If you found us on the SU hub, which is run by Fonz, type SU. If you
mean US. Is it SU or US?
US, us hub, yeah. And Cheryl's hub is called... Yeah. Okay. Video. Yes. Okay. But wherever you came from, if you just put it in the comments, it gives us a chance to track things back. If you've got any questions about live video, then please ask them. If you've got any statements about live video.
Hey, look, we got Teresa.
Uh-huh.
All right. Give me thumbs up if you're ready, Teresa. She's got her coffee. Here we go. It's going to be... I see where this is going. Teresa, how are you?
I'm good. It's
hello.
Monday. Hi, how are you? Can you hear technology?
Me now? Yeah, we can hear you wonderfully.
Okay.
Yeah. How's the photography world?
Busy.
Good.
Busy. I just I just shot did unicorn sessions yesterday. Or what's yesterday? Saturday? Yeah. No, Sunday. No, Saturday I did it.
Okay. Where'd you find the unicorns?
Well, I have this wonderful person I met. At the Lambton Mall, I did the unicorn thing over the March break. And Lambton Mall had hired me to take pictures of these 20 young kids with a unicorn.
Oh, okay.
So from there, I met Miranda, and Miranda Dunn, and she runs Parties with Ponies. And I met Lovely Cupcake, who's a miniature horse. And she had her tail and mane and all that stuff painted purple yesterday. Hooves got the nail polish on them and everything, the glitter, and it was lots of fun.
Wow.
That sounds wonderful. Like creative, I guess would be a word.
Well, I only had 3 people because there's a lot of these mini sessions. We're going to get into, my dislikes and likes of photography. Me, Dave, I'm not one of those money grab people. I do this because I love it. Yep. So I had 3 sessions, 3 hours. I gave them each 40 minutes. I figured if you're going to have a session with a unicorn, you might as well enjoy the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I think it's supposed to be about. So these young individuals that came out, they got to hang out and be with the unicorn. And I just did the pictures and did what I did. And actually, they turned out pretty awesome. And I had this location. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, fair enough.
And yeah, I had people come all the way down from Burlington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they had, because I guess their one little girl, she loves unicorns and she actually prays to them. So good for me. I had taken her picture at the Lambton Mall, and that's what started it all. Was she said, "Well, if you ever do photo shoots," and here we are a couple months later doing a photo shoot. So, and we turned it into a family photography session too as well.
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
mean, they're all dressed up, right? How often
Yeah,
do you get little children to do that?
I guess. Well, you got,
And it was
sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Are we having a Canadian moment?
I
I
guess
think
we are. Yeah, Kelly's out there, one of my big followers there. And I think he's joined the Bee Livers as well. But happy Victoria Day. It is a holiday. I was going to get to that, but it is a holiday here in Canada today, and it's Victoria Day, right? So Queen Victoria, I guess, is what that is in reference to. And we're celebrating. So there's been noises of fireworks and stuff last night and all weekend. So that's what I was referring to there. So thanks for watching, Kelly. And yes, it was Beauty and the Beast when I was singing "Be Our Guest, Be Our Guest." Da, 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 da.
Oh, I
guess
knew
that's
that.
Beauty and the Beast. I said Walt Disney. I was close, right? But Kelly clarified that for me. So thanks, Kelly, and thanks for. So he's watching on TVSN and the Be Live notification as well. So there you go. Kelly's joined us everywhere. Right on. Yeah, go ahead, Stephen.
Can I ask a question, Teresa? Did you watch the royal wedding?
No.
Oh, it's okay. There's no wrong answers. Are there any answers? I'm just curious. It's okay.
No.
I want to find. Look, I'm on a mission. I want to find somebody in Canada who watched the royal wedding live. I don't think I'm going to. Well, I'm.
Oh yeah, you will. There was tons. They were crazy
Oh yeah.
people, like getting fascinators for their hair, and there's. I mean, I have. If that's what they want to do, that's fantastic. All the more if you're happy and you're having a great day with your family and you're watching the royal wedding, fill your boots. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, Stephen, if you go over to I believe it's on my personal timeline. I did a poll of people. Did you or did you not get up? I think you even answered it. So if you go there and click on the ones that say yes,
okay,
you'll find some Canadians there.
Right, I shall do that after the show. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I know because I did the poll, and somebody said no, I didn't. I said, wow, you didn't watch? And he said, no, I wasn't never going to watch. And I thought, right, okay, back off. So
that was Andy. That's his name, Andy. Yeah. Well, I when I put the poll out about who got up early to watch, what I should have said, how many men got up to watch because their wives said they had to.
Different question. You'd rather different reaction, I think.
It's like going to a Kenny Rogers concert, right? He would always ask the question, how many guys are here because their wives made them come tonight, right? So that's but at
least you're skating on there, Dave.
Yeah, well, it's true. Even Kenny Rogers said that. Kenny Rogers came to Sarnia years ago, and that's what he said at his concert. He said he was giving money away. I remember he's like, okay, sir, you in the front row, I'm going to give you $20 for every hit of mine you can name. And then his wife leaned over and he said, and you're not allowed to tell him. And then he said, how many guys are here tonight because your wives told you had to show up? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. There you go. Kelly said he watched the royal wedding live feed on YouTube.
Brilliant. Excellent. All right, my mission's finished then. That's the end of that. I just want to find one person in Canada.
And we're talking about live streaming. Well, I guess this is an example of live streaming at its best, really. When you never know who's going to show up. Thanks, I appreciate Teresa coming in, and anybody else who wants to join us. I've pinned the link to join actually on the Video Show Network page. You can do that or type guest, and we'll send it right to your messenger. And love to have you join us live right here. Kelly's James Corden was invited. Guy from Carpool. Oh yeah, James Corden, talk show host, was invited. He was invited to the royal wedding, I'm guessing is what you're saying.
Yes, he was there.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, did you know that our Mr. Dan Edwards, if this is correct, met Megan? Is that her name? The lady who married Harry? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a picture of her. I guess they were at a Blue Jays game or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a picture on his profile on Facebook. And
oh, nice.
Said, really? Get out of here.
Good for him, lucky fella.
Small world.
Sure it's definitely a small world, and getting smaller because of this live video thing. Well,
I know if I come to the UK someday, I've probably got a place to stay.
Are you definitely got a place to stay?
I'm hoping so.
You wouldn't come here on spec. You'd have to arrange something first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm fortunate to live near to Stonehenge and Salisbury Cathedral and Avebury. So it's a beautiful part of the world.
Where are you?
Wiltshire, England.
Oh, okay.
20 miles.
I missed the first couple of minutes. I was typing in, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello. And clapping and waving. And nobody heard me. So then I try to change feeds. And then you can see my stuff. So you couldn't see my stuff before.
Well, you were watching on a different page.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there's an example of us telling people that wherever you're watching from, if you want us to see your comments, you've got to come over and visit the Video Show Network page. That's where we'll see your comments. Wherever else you are, we won't see them. So people could be talking behind our back and we don't even know it.
Well, that's one of the things. I mean, if you are on the hub or on the TUS, the other pages, you can actually have a chat with your friends whilst watching the show and not interrupt the show, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Teresa was the photographer for Sarnia Sings as well. And she caught wonderful, wonderful photos from that.
I'll have to send you the link, Dave, for all the photos.
Yeah, I think I got an email.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I've got them. And they've been all over Facebook, which is fantastic. And they turned out really, really well.
Well, anytime you want to use any of those photos for anything that you need, you're more than welcome.
Well, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Peter Stewart is in the lobby.
I know him.
Things are about to get shaken up.
I think Peter used to be my roommate. If it's the same Peter.
Here I am. There's only one Peter Stewart, and that's me.
No, not the same Peter Stewart.
No. Hello, Peter. Where are you?
I'm lying in my bed, absolutely shattered after cycling 31 miles.
Wow.
Good for you.
I'm not jogging tonight. I've decided I'm not jogging tonight.
Well, I don't blame you. Doing 31 miles and then jogging might just be doing a bit too much.
I know. Oh, it was a terrific day. Brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
Teresa, please meet the other Peter Stewart, who is in Aberdeen in Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm not Scottish.
Live from his bedroom, usually from his bath.
No. This is where the show starts to go. We hold our breath, wondering what he's going to say next, David.
It's all going downhill for the next 25 minutes.
I'll tell you something, though. My partner's addicted to watching the World Championships of the dog agility. And I'll tell you, they do it live streaming, and I'm just wondering what cameras and things they use, because it is really good. What's the name of it? Anyway, it's the World Dog Agilities just now, and it was really good the way the live broadcast it. Yeah, I'll have to look up it for you and find out what to do. And then they make DVDs and sell them for £35 or $35, £35 or euros or something like that. So they're making money from it.
Your signal and your sound are going a bit, Peter.
All right. Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, we can still hear you.
Just a blip. A blip.
There you go. I don't know if maybe your microphone is rubbing on your jacket or something.
No, I haven't got a microphone. It's the iPad.
Oh,
All right, okay.
It's the iPad I'm on. Yeah, and I'm a bit tired, so I'll be shaking about.
Peter's going to pass out on the show here today, folks, and we're just hoping he's going to just be sleeping.
The thing is, we're live streaming. You can do it from anywhere, can you? It's great.
Oh yeah,
he's not in the bathtub.
Yeah.
It's not in the bathtub. I'm glad I have control to remove him from the broadcast if necessary. So
yeah,
it's good to produce the show. I have that power.
Yeah.
Kelly's asking Blab for Britain. Peter, how was the trip last week?
Well, I was away in Tenerife in Spain. It was absolutely brilliant. Loved the time off and got on my bicycle there as well and enjoyed myself. Came back lighter. In the pocket. A lot lighter in the pocket.
It's a Scotsman talking.
I can listen to this forever. I love it.
It's quite expensive. I'll let you see what I really look like standing up. Look, yeah. I'll show you Aberdeen. Right. Look, there's Aberdeen. It's probably too bright for you. It's Aberdeen. Look,
lovely.
It's a great cycle today. Anyway, so what's the conversation today?
Well, haven't really got there. We're
talking.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we were talking about Brexit, Peter.
All right, my favourite subject. Yeah, was you really?
No.
We were going to be talking about how to come up with topics for a show, and we talked about that for about a millisecond. And then Teresa came along, and we just. But and I'm not blaming it on you, Teresa. I'm just saying this is one of those shows. It's broadcasting to your community. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be about live streaming because we have two communities here really that have connected. Mm-hmm. So Teresa and I are from the same location, and you and Stephen are around, right? And then we've got Kelly who's been watching, and Kelly has been connected to you guys, I'm guessing through me, and he's also a fan of your Blab for Britain. Yep. So it's all just kind of broadcasting to your community, right?
Yeah.
So, and I guess we were trying to give the example of planning a show and having an agenda, but I'm not sure that Stephen and I are the best examples for that because it just never happens.
No, it's very difficult to run a show and getting enough topics there, because there's nothing worse when you go on. I've been on with my guest and they turn up and you say, what am I going to do now? And you end up speaking a lot of rubbish, and that can be a problem. So what I hope to do is just mix it in the future, have a guest talk about their business, and then get someone with of some interest who will pass on some knowledge, rather than telling about their business, and try and mix it up a bit. Yeah.
Well, this is sort of an open forum kind of show, right? So it's bound to happen this way. My other show later today at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. When you have a guest on, like today, I'm going to have Mark Perrin on there, and he's going to be talking about Blue Water Border Fest, a concert series here in Sarnia. So that's what we're automatically talking about that, right? Mm-hmm. So when you have a guest on and you're talking about them, it's easier to stay on track than, when we're open forum here. But this is just a conversation. We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
And this is a great use of live video just to have a conversation. And but occasionally I'm starting to do more interviews. I did an interview yesterday, and when I'm doing the interview, I ask my guest for 3 questions, so that when the show starts, I ask the 3 questions, and they should know the answers because they've actually given the questions. So that gets the show off to a start. But yesterday's show, I was chatting with Joshua T. Berglund, and he runs a show every morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, I think, which is a gratitude show. Right. And I got the first 2 questions answered, okay? And then the audience knew him. So the audience took over the show, and all I had to do was sit there, and the questions came in from the audience, and it just went along.
Yeah. There you go. You never know who's going to show up. RJ Redden is in the house, sort of. She hasn't come on camera yet, but maybe she will. Hello, RJ. She's a master of bots.
Indeed.
Yeah. I've got to put more. Have you been using them much still, Stephen?
I've just started a new one for the live video hub.
Okay.
And that is that's basically to get all the broadcasters to actually message that, be connected to it. Okay. So we can send out information. That's the one side of it. And the other side of it is to have subscribe the audience. Anybody who comments on the show is brought into the messenger, conversation starts, and then we can actually broadcast out to the audience as well. So that's what I'm working on at the moment.
So that's not active yet.
Well, it's not totally active, no. I've got 20 conversations going at the moment. But with RJ, we're going to do a bot for the hub, which has been designed by RJ, and then we'll program it together, and we're going to try and do a whole lot of things. In fact, in last week, the show 2 weeks ago, we did an outline spec for it, and we're going to carry that through in the next 5 or 6 shows on Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that sort of like what Dave, like what Adam Dumont does with that? Are you talking about the kind of robotic messages that come through your messenger? Or am I totally like not even talking about the same thing?
No, that's right. Oh, does Adam use those?
Oh yeah, he calls his Adam bot, and he talks to you on the thing. And then he says, if you don't want to hear from me anymore, like you can shut this off. But once in a while through Messenger, I'll get the Adam bot. So.
Oh, okay. So he's probably using a bot then. Yeah.
Yep.
We're talking about one that's called ManyChat that we use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I have it set up on my pages. So if you send me a message on my page, then you're subscribed to that, and you'll occasionally get a broadcast from me.
I was clicking buttons trying to get on live here, and I went through the whole thing with the messenger he sent me.
Yep.
I've seen something with ManyChat about paying through ManyChat. People can pay.
Yep. You can accept payment through ManyChat, so you can market and sell and take payment.
Well, that'd be kind of good for if you were doing like for me, that if I was doing a workshop for beginner photographers or something like that, and people couldn't actually come into the studio but still wanted to partake. Be worth checking that out.
Yeah,
I'm challenged.
Well, it's all these new things we can try. Did a show 3 weeks ago with a chocolate factory, and my friend Dan owns a chocolate factory, just like Willy Wonka does. And we did a show together, just 30 minutes, and he did a demonstration of making raw chocolate. So within 10 minutes, you've got perfect vegan chocolate to eat. And at the end of the show, he started selling, and he did make sales. And that was on BeLive.tv. And he was able to make the sales and take the order through Shopify and get paid as well. So
that is good.
That's a great way to do it.
I love chocolate.
I love chocolate too.
I love getting paid.
Me too, in chocolate.
I love getting paid and chocolate.
Chocolate money.
Boy, if you get paid in chocolate, boy, that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
I
I'd always
no,
be happy though.
You'd be really happy? Yeah. Hi, my name's Teresa. How are you?
Like that one didn't come naturally already.
Well,
Oh.
this is true. You're already happy.
Okay, out of the networks that you've all seen, who have you seen really exploiting Facebook Live through the sort of stuff that we do? Who's really cracked it? Is there anyone you know of?
I go. We're taking in turns. Maury Smith.
Who?
Maury Smith. She's
Oh,
Scottish,
Mari.
Peter.
Yes.
Maury. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't get the pronunciation right there.
Yeah.
Mari.
She's very good. Yeah, she's very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Who else?
Joel
Don't
Comm.
look.
Don't watch him.
Right.
Yeah. I guess when you say cracked it, like, what do you mean? Like on viewership, reach, or monetization?
I don't just getting the purpose that they're on for and can do the. Are they making money from it, or are they getting people to their website or whatever? What their target? What's their purpose of doing it and succeeding?
Right. I don't really have anyone in particular that sticks out for me. I mean, I see lots that are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't make money from doing my talk show
Okay.
directly,
Right.
but indirectly, I do. I call my talk show, it's a chicken wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sell the chicken wing at cost so that they buy the beer, right? And that's, I mean, I have some sponsors of my show, but it's very subtle on the show. But then for me, it spins off into, David, would you MC something in Sarnia? Would you, I do live remotes, for different events in the city, and then I broadcast parades and stuff. So that's how, but I'm full time at what I do, right? So I don't have a bazillion page likes or a bazillion viewers.
No.
But at the moment, I'm just focusing on locally making money. I'm in the process of building that into beyond Sarnia Lambton. But that's going to take a bit of time. Pardon me. But I mean, my video show network page has about 1,500 likes or close to it. And show has a couple thousand. So I think that's pretty good for just mostly local, right?
Yeah.
You're growing all the time, though, Dave. I see.
Yeah, yeah. And I hear that. I've seen people say, "Oh, I see you're everywhere," and it's like, well, I'm almost everywhere. But what I find interesting is when I'm out and about somewhere. There was the new summer patrol at the radio station here, and I was working there on Saturday, and the young fella come up to me and he goes, "Hi." He goes, "Oh, you're David Burrows." Right? I was like, I don't know who he was. He goes, "Oh yeah, I watch your show all the time. It's fantastic." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
You just never know who's watching it. I did tell you about the story when I was getting my operation, did I?
Were you on camera time?
No, what it was when I had a triple heart bypass and I'm lying there and I had to get an extra operation because of a collapsed lung, and they were all round me and they were putting the thing into my side, and just before they'd done it, a young dude at the end, a trainee doctor, surgeon type thing, he says, "Did you have a guy that works with you called Willie? Because this is videos that we've done." I goes, "Yeah." And he says to them all, "It's him. It's the guy from the video."
Oh yeah, there you go. I do kind of recall you talking about that.
So you just never know. You might think it's not working, but it's working, and you don't sometimes know it's working.
Yeah. No, and I've had different people come up to me, that people I've known, but I haven't seen in 20 years or something. I had an old high school teacher come up to me and say, "I love that you're still doing your show." Oh. I never really liked you as a teacher. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate that.
And the thing,
You're the one that told me I'd never amount to anything.
yeah.
I always said, I love the fact you're still breathing. Awesome.
Yeah. And the things people watch, I don't know, Stephen, if you've seen the one, I mean, Tenerife going up the bobsleigh. I'm getting pulled up, and it's just my feet, and I'm going up in the bobsleigh, and I'm speaking. And people have watched that.
Mm, yeah.
And just, it's amazing. And then the ones you want them to watch, they don't watch.
There's no rhyme or reason to it.
I'll tell you, if I was a kitty cat, I'd be making a lot of money.
True.
Cat videos. Like I just
Yeah.
I honestly do. I laugh at my wife sometimes because she'll be scrolling through something and all of a sudden she just bursts out laughing. And she'll say, "Oh my goodness, that's funny." And I'm sitting there waiting for her to tell me about it. Like I'm in the room here, and then she just, "Oh well, you had to." Yeah, I had to watch it, I guess. So
You had to be there.
I always know when she's watching Jimmy Fallon clips because she laughs hysterically when she watches Jimmy Fallon, The Tonight Show. It's Do we make money? I don't know. I guess it depends too. I think a lot of people just do live stream talk show like this. Oh, we lost Peter. Just because they just want to do it and they're not interested in making money. They just want to share their stories.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be done for commercial reasons. It could be just because you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And if something comes of it, then that's all the better.
Like Teresa, you would do well, I think, to have a talk show about photography.
Okay, sure. Maybe not this. I'd like to, but I'm gonna have to work on that. It's gonna come.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm just saying, I'm using you as an example of saying that if you did something like that, you wouldn't necessarily make money directly from the talk show, but you build an audience and a reputation, and then when I want to know about photography, who do I think of first? Oh, that Teresa. I'm going to reach out to her and see if she can help me. Right.
And you're right. And then I think about all the other photographers out there who've been at it way longer than I have, who actually do have YouTube channels and all that stuff. And it's how you talk to people. Do you keep it simple, or are you just for beginners, or are you for like the expert who wants to kind of go up? It depends on your subject matter, and there's somebody for something out there. Like, everybody's got something they're looking for. There's so many people in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter but like you said, somebody's always watching. You just don't know who is. You might get a phone call someday from somebody like with, "Oh, I saw you on TV or on your live stream, and thank you for." I had that burning question in my head, like, about my aperture, my camera, and I just happened to stumble upon you. You told me about it. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. And it's like, oh, okay. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Our friend Carlos is out there. Says good morning. Hello, Carlos. Well, actually, Fonz Chamberlain would be a good example of that, right, Stephen? Of not knowing who's watching. I mean, Fonz Chamberlain is on the Video Show Network now, Teresa, and he does a show called The Cambridge Historian. And he lives in Cambridge, in the UK, and he just got a phone call from a newspaper, not from Cambridge, saying, "We want to talk to you about your show." So obviously somebody saw something, and it's wandered off onto sponsored. Is that a word? To somebody, and the next thing you know, now he's going to be having an interview or whatever's happening there. So I've always said it's not who you know that will help you get to the next point. It's who you don't know that will get you there, or who you know that I didn't know when you introduced me to them. And this whole
friends of friends.
Yeah. Net live. We got to come up with a word for that. Stream working. It
needs to be shorter.
Stream work. Yeah. You need a hashtag.
This is called brainstorming.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good at that. We're good at that. And it's good to have you with us to sort of help us and push us in the right direction too. Yeah, I did come across just a tech note of the week. I found a new product this week. It's called Streamlabs.
Streamlabs?
Streamlabs. It's you know the OBS, yeah?
Yeah, I'm already using Streamlabs.
You're using it?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. In that case, I don't...
It's originally designed for gaming, right? So I use it on my Twitch channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough said. Right. Okay.
So Twitch is it's like a YouTube for gamers.
Oh, is that what I said? You and your son were playing games. And I saw you. Did you not see remember I texted you and I said I can see you guys what you're doing, and you were live. Was that on purpose?
Was that on purpose? Yeah, we were live at the college.
Yeah.
Playing games, yeah.
And I thought you guys just by accident had it live, and I was like, "Oh, please don't swear." I gotta get him. I was freaking out because I.
Oh no!
I thought it was an accident.
We do a live broadcast every Thursday, and from the college at the esports arena, and we go live on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch all at the same time. So, yeah.
There are millions of people who watch people playing games.
Yep.
Live. And there's big money in it.
Well, and here I thought it was an accident.
No. Although I have gone live by accident, and yeah.
I was like, "Oh, father-son time," and I shouldn't be seeing this. I gotta tell you.
No. We call it father versus son. So it's the idea that the young generation is actually teaching the old generation how to play video games, and of course he's better than me. And then once in a while, I remind him that I'm still his father. And we have fun. The last few weeks, actually, I haven't been on. He's been doing it by himself, and I can say this out loud now because I already let him in on it. Was kind of part of my plan to get him to the college and get him making some friends in the arena and stuff. And then I sort of one day, all of a sudden, I have a meeting. You're going to have to do this by yourself. And then for about 3-4 weeks, I wasn't there. And he had other guys that were there joining him. And he's made new friends and socializing. So my plan worked.
It did. I met him at you're talking to Mark, you said this afternoon. And when I went to the media announcement.
Oh, you're right.
Like, I'm going to do the photography for Blue Water Border Fest again this year.
Nice. So you met my boy there.
Yes, and I made sure he ate. And I took I took because they brought sandwiches out and whatnot, and I can't eat them, but I'm looking over at the growing boy, and I thought, hey, I know you're hungry, so you should go over there and grab some of those sandwiches. Oh, he dropped everything right over.
If there would have been pizza there, he would have sniffed it out.
Yeah, no, they brought in sandwiches, but he ate a lot, and he was good. And then he did his thing, and he packed up and left. I said, "Tell your dad I said hi." Obviously, he did it.
No, he probably forgot. Yeah, well, he's got those long legs, right? And they're hollow. So when he eats, he fills up a leg, and then he fills the other one. It's unbelievable. But yeah, he's done really well. He went and so he's my co-op student in the afternoon, and I took him out of school in the morning. So he got to miss math and English because I had to be at the radio station. So he took everything there, set it all up, did the broadcast and everything, and then tore it all down. And then his sister picked him up and brought him to the college. I was done at the radio, and the college is right behind the radio station. So I walked over to the college, and we had another media announcement there. And then he was there to do the live stream for the gaming, and then he started work at 2:00 in the afternoon. So it was all perfectly planned and well executed.
Of course.
So fantastic.
Which brings us nicely to the hour.
Unbelievable how that happens.
Glad to
It
be
is.
of service.
Pleasure to
We're gonna-
meet you, Teresa.
We're going to have to start doing a 2-hour show, Stephen.
Why not? Why
Why
not?
not?
But not tonight. I've got a town
No.
hall meeting.
There you go. We should look at doing a marathon again.
Okay.
Do a 24-hour marathon.
Oh, that I wear my pajamas.
Yeah. Yeah. As we should expect, David. I'm not sure what RJ is referring to. But
Well, I'm going to sign off. And it was lovely meeting you. And lovely seeing you again. And so I don't even know how to get off this. Just
I'll
press
kick you out of here. But we'll remind you, we're here every Monday, noon till 1. If you're around, love to have you back.
Indeed. You're welcome back.
Take
Anytime.
care.
Thanks,
Bye.
Teresa. Lovely Teresa. She's got a lot of energy and positiveness about her, and she likes hugs too when I see her. So that's great. And yeah, she'll be the photographer at Blue Water Border Fest concert series again this year. She was last year.
Right.
So yeah. Oh, RJ, she's referring to the show setup. Yes, thanks, RJ. I trained my son well, and he's taught me well too. I have to give fair credit back to him. Final thoughts, Stephen?
Final thoughts. Just enjoy the week, make the most of it, and we'll see you again next Monday.
Yeah, for sure.
Ho-
Thanks,
all
Stephen.
things- Yeah, okay.
Thanks for putting up with me again, my friend.
And vice versa. To everybody who's watched, thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. My friend Stephen Healey joining me, as always, every Monday, 12 o'clock, noon Eastern. I'll be live again later today at 3:30 Eastern on the show live on the show Sarnia page. If you join me there, please, at 3:30. 3 guests today, all local, but we'll be talking actually from the gentleman from Blue Water Border Fest, the organizer for that. So looking forward to that. Thanks, everybody. And again, Stephen, bye for now.